Hey guys, it's Lilac, 6th grade for lesson 10, and hope you guys had a good week. Let's get started. So, basically, improper practice to mix numbers, uh, you're basically just translating or changing this or whatever fraction you're given into the other fraction, and the numbers change, but the actual value does not. So what I mean by that is, whatever this turns into, let's just do the math real quick. I'll show you how to do it after, but um, this and this are the same thing, even though they have completely different numbers. So the way you do this is pretty simple. You're trying to figure out how many. This form is pretty much just telling you how many whole numbers you have that you can create. So the way you create a whole number in fractions is pretty much filling it up completely, right? So 1 over 1, 2 over 2, 3 over 3, whatever it is, right? Whatever the bottom number is, the top number has to be the same. That will equal 1 always. So what you're trying to do is figure out how many times you can make those ones and have left over. So in this case, you have 12 over 7. So obviously 12 is bigger than 7. So you're trying to figure out how many times 7 can go into 12. So in this case, 7 can go into 12 once, correct? Because if you do it twice, it'll be 14, and that's too big. So you find 7, you put a whole number into the side, so you put 1, and then you put 5, because 12 minus 7 is 5, and that's like the amount left over that you cannot make into a whole number. So you put the 5 on the top and 7 on the bottom. So honestly, all of these is just pretty much figuring out how many times the bottom number can go into the top number and putting them as whole numbers. So let's just do one more real quick. Number 2 here, how many times can 9 go into 21? So you write 21 over 9. 9 can go into 21. Now let's think for a second. 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 2 is 18. So obviously 27 is too big. So your only option is 9 times 2. So that means you will have 2 whole numbers, correct? And you have how many left over? So you have pretty much 21 minus 18, because 2 times 9 is 18. That will be 3. Yeah, 3 over 9. And this is all it is. Honestly, not that hard. Once you get used to the fact that you're just trying to figure out the whole numbers and not anything else, and then trying to kind of working around that fact, it becomes very easy. So let's move on here real quick. Decimals to mixed numbers, very easy, very easy. So think of it. Every decimal is like tenths. This is tenths. All right, tenths. Whoops. Tenths, hundreds. So this is like pretty much the basics of decimal. You can obviously go further than this, but this is like your main ones you usually work with in decimals. So the way you read a decimal is if it's if it's on the left side of a decimal sign, then it's a whole number. Right side, it's lower than 1. So you have to remember that it's lower than 1. So in this case, if you think about it this way, 1 right here is in the hundreds place. So that means 1 over 100 is how that looks like. This and this. These are the same thing. 0.1 is 10 over 100. 0.1 is 10. Because tenths, hundreds place, correct? So, or this you can honestly just do 1 over 10, but same thing. So in this case, you have up to the hundreds place. So you want to figure out how many times you want to figure out what this number is in mixed numbers. So obviously they know already that 8 is the whole number. So in this case, whole number goes on the outside. Whole number. Oops. So continuing from there, you have 5 in the hundreds place. That means it's going to be 5 over 100. So you can obviously simplify this, but I don't think that's required in this situation. But I'm kind of running out of time here. So real quick, 9.1, 9 whole numbers, and you have 1 in the tens place, so you have 1 over 10, not 100. Alright, continuing. Addition of decimals. Very easy. You're just matching the placeholders. So 1 is in the hundreds, is in the whole numbers, it's in the ones place, right? 0.02 is in the hundreds place. So all you gotta do is just replace 1 with the 0. So it's just gonna be 1.02. because this number, this middle number is unchanged. The tens place is unchanged. Again here, 0.4 plus 0.2, they're both in the same place, so you actually have to do some addition here. So it would be 0.6. You want to just match what places they are and just add it accordingly. Very simple. You don't have to overthink it. It's honestly not that bad. Lastly, fraction, spotting word problems. So the way you do these are, read the question, spot some key terms, and they go off from there. So Captain John goes on a long journey around the world. He travels 1/4 of the journey by plane and the rest by boat. What fraction of the journey does he travel by boat? So the way, okay, so this question is asking by what fraction of the journey he travels by boat. So boat is is a fraction he did not give you. So here's what you know. 1, the whole number, right? Because they're giving you in fraction form, is the entire journey, the total journey. Total journey. So, and they give you 1/4. This is the information they give you. 1/4 is by plane. And since they tell you the rest is by boat, so you can automatically assume that the rest of whatever this is in boat form. So think of it logically, all right? You have an entire pie, right? You have a whole pie. Oh my god, it's a terrible circle. Apologize. You have a pie. This is your pie, okay? So you ate 1/4 of that pie. And they're asking you how much is left. This is the entire journey. This is the amount they went by plane. What is left? So you have this, right? That is 3/4 by boat. So honestly, the way you do these are you want to figure out the information they give you, and I like to identify them. Like I like to write it down and be like, okay, so this is this. So like 1/4 is by plane, 1 is by total journey, and X is boat. This part's not that necessary if you're not going to use an equation, but you want to just write down the given information, and then from there you want to figure out what they're asking for, and then from there you want to figure out how to get the information they're asking for. So I drew a pie right here to kind of almost relate the problem, because it is using fractions, and fractions are so relative to what they are. I drew the pie and I figured it out from there. So don't overthink these. You got this. They're not too bad. Have a good week, and I'll see you guys next time on Why Like Lesson 11 for 6th grade. Bye bye.